Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 4. Today we're going to be fixing up the stacking instant kill raid farm that we built in the previous episode that was very, very broken. And also, we're extremely festive, as you can see. Happy holidays! We got a lot of good stuff to do in today's episode. We basically need to upgrade this thing and figure out why it's not working in the first place, because I still don't really know why it's broken. So we need a lot more spruce leaves, and I do not want to grow the trees and chop them, of course, because that's a big pain in the butt. So the closest spruce forest is this direction, 2700, negative 2500. We gotta do a lot of flying. This is too easy not to raid, so like we kind of got to. Chest. No, nothing of good. Actually, I do need the paper for rockets. This is also a little bit too easy not to raid. Like, why are there so many easily raidable things on the surface? I see, because they all have terrible loot. So this is going to be our life for the next X amount of time until we completely fill up the inventory. Inventory's full of leaves. We had to throw away some junk to get that, but now we can fly back. Honestly, the forest doesn't look too bad either, does it? Right, so we are using the village finder from Mad Hatter, and this thing allows you to see the bounding box of a village, hence the red line. Now, the center of this needs to be very precisely over your bed, so if you can see that right there, that's technically the little structure of where the bed should be, directly underneath that thing. And as far as I know, the raids can only spawn within this box, so if we spawn-proof everything with leaves inside of here, then we should be good to go, including the outpost as well. I've actually over-spawn-proofed, but that's never an issue. And here's what the area looks like with all the leaves in place. It's actually not as many as I thought, but it's basically an entire forest worth. And then here is the outpost, fully spawn-proofed as well. It doesn't actually look that different, does it? But it's fully spawn-proof, so we're kind of good to go to actually test run this thing, finally. Okay, so the upper trident killer is on, and now we need to turn on the lower one and hope that this entire thing actually works. First try, because none of the other tries up to now actually count for anything, because I said so. Hey, there we go, bad omen, finally. Okay, so cross your fingers. Hope that nothing breaks. Hope they don't spawn on the ground. Should empty instantly because they spawn in a different village. It did! Okay, it's actually working. And we should see a couple of items shoot out of that thing. Wave 2 spawned in perfectly as well. Nice, okay. This is actually working really well. Sweet. We're not getting any items though. I might have broken something up there. Yeah, so they're all definitely spawning up there, like for sure, because that's the only way the raid bar could be emptied. But I think that they're all despawning because of changes to how raids function in 1.18. So if the raiders are far enough away from you, they'll despawn, but only after the raid is complete, which is really unfortunate. So I think we might need a second player to use this, which is the biggest silly dumb that I've ever seen. It's the quickest Hero of the Village farm that you've ever seen. I didn't even get Hero of the Village for that. It didn't even give me Hero of the Village. It showed up on screen, but I didn't get it. I think this breaks the 12 stacked raid farm as well, by the way. I know you guys are always wondering about that, but I'm pretty sure that this breaks the 12 stacked raid farm. And like most other stacked raid farms as well. Or pretty much any that use this kind of instant kill thing. That's such a ripoff. Okay, so take 5,000 for the raid farm. We have Silent 2 AFKing right up here at this platform like so. And there he is. Hi, good sir. You're going to spawn in the raiders. They're not going to despawn, and then we're going to get many drops, okay? Come on, Mr. Silent 2. Make this work for us. Get us that money. Oh, we're getting items. Oh, they did spawn up there. Hey, okay then. Check that out. We're actually having a functional raid farm right now. Yay, sweet. That took way too much effort. And it's silly that we need 2 players now. Sweet, so now we can just kind of AFK here for as long as we want. We personally will never die or take any form of damage, like basically ever. We're in a desert, so lightning doesn't even happen, snow doesn't happen, nothing happens, it's all great. Now we got solid blocks above our heads, so there's no phantoms either. This worked perfectly in 1.17 with a single player, but I guess, you know, having 2 players isn't that big of a deal. Okay, it's kind of a big deal, but I don't want to talk about it. I'm upset. We're getting health potions and speed potions from the witches up there, which is really interesting. I still have no idea how or why they're dropping speed potions. So we're getting tons of emeralds, we're getting tons of totems. This is pretty much all we really need from a raid farm, so bugs and issues and misunderstandings aside, I think I'm kind of fine with this build right now. We can build all kinds of things out of the emeralds, such as many diamond profits, and we can go jump off some buildings and like die in weird ways and not have to worry about it, basically. And this is also going to fuel our empire on the rest of the server as well, because all these emeralds are going to get traded to all of the villagers. I think gas farms still beat out raid farms in being the funnest sounding farm, because this is just terrible. The horns and the everything, it's terrible. So after a couple of hours of troubleshooting and testing things, I have figured out the actual issue. The issue is that 1.18 changed things for no good reason, and basically raiders that are further than 44 blocks away from you will now instantly despawn if you have this kind of instant kill design. So what we need to do is we need to lower this entire kill chamber right here to be within 44 blocks of that AFK platform. We need to move this village down underneath that platform. We need to remove this village that we have off on the side and the upper right corner that you can see. And we need to do some stacking so that we get two villages closer to each other than regular mechanics usually allow for. Now, thankfully, because we're only stacking a single village, that's not actually like a big deal at all. If you have built any form of stacking raid farm or iron farm that requires multiple village stacking, you'll know that village stacking can be a really big pain, but for this build, it really shouldn't matter that much. So we need to basically rebuild this entire farm. Yay! So moving the first villager shouldn't be that big of a deal. I have myself like a little catch pond here, and if we just break this block, then he should be good to go. And then we can just break these blocks, and he's gonna fall all the way down, or not. That was very close. There's no block right there. And that is by far the easiest part of this entire task, because now we need to rebuild the entire upper farm, get more villagers, and create a second village. So as for getting more villagers, I am not messing around with zombie villagers anymore. There's a village like 400 blocks in this direction over here. We are just going to steal/employ some of these guys. Get into the boat! Or not. Hold on, please get into the boat. I tell you what, this iron golem is pretty useless. Both of my villagers got attacked by husks, and he just did nothing. Just stood there and watched. Oh, don't pretend like you're gonna help now when I'm stealing these guys. No, you're not gonna help me at all, thank you. Okay, so now that we got both of these guys into a boat, I should be able to boat them around and like tow them at the same time. So if I hop into this and then they're on the lead, this should work just fine. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. Okay, now I just got to get them all the way up to that thing right there. I found sugarcane inside of a mountain, and there's no water. How are you there? I'm gonna leave you there because you're special. Oh no. Oh, that didn't go too bad, actually. Thank you. You guys are very cooperative. I appreciate you. Also, nice monocle. It doesn't look like anything's changed, but the entire farm has been rebuilt from the ground up. It's actually much closer to the AFK spot now, as you can tell. So anything that spawns up there will be within 44 blocks of myself, and hopefully nothing will ever despawn. Alrighty, so now it is the time for stacking the villages. I have our original villager up here. I need to lower him down like 40 blocks, and then I need to bring up the other two villagers, which are down in that hole right now. Just gonna record this in case anything decides to go horribly wrong, but we got a drop pole down there with one block of no water on it. If this villager manages to land in that, then, you know what? Maybe he just deserves what he gets. Okay, are you good, sir? Hey, he's good. Very professional. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now we just gotta get the other two up here. Geronimo! Wow, that took way more damage than I thought I would, and I was crouching too. You shouldn't take fall damage when you're crouching. Okay, well then. That's the closest I've been to death this entire season. Well, that's definitely not gonna reach, as if I needed more challenges with villagers. Jeez. Okay, little in-between platform it is for you guys. You can just sit right here, and then I need to build another scaffolding tower going up. Jeez. And also, like, please don't die of fall damage for no good reason. I would really appreciate that if you guys just, like, did not die of fall damage. Thank you. Now for the moment of truth. Please don't die of fall damage. Thank you. So, naturally, the nighttime that comes just in time for me to move my villagers happens to come with some rain. And, it's not just rain. It's a thunderstorm. So I can't really move my villagers and a thunderstorm. I covered them up preemptively because I was like, I know that this is going to be a thunderstorm with my luck. And meanwhile, these guys are plotting against me, threatening to sleep. Oh no, villager, how did you just do that? No, that's not even allowed in the slightest. No, hi, sir, I need you to go back down here. Okay, for real this time. It is like nighttime. We got all the villagers in place, and we're basically just gonna be breaking their beds and walking them closer inwards. So this guy is the first one to move in, and then we know that this guy is the leader of the village, so he's always gonna be going last. This guy needs to be going to about right there, and sometimes they take a little bit to link, but that's just kind of the whole process. It is way easier to do this at nighttime, because then they pathfind to their beds and just go ahead and sleep in those, and that's really pretty much all there is to it. So this guy, the leader, is now going to be going right there. So now we need to move this villager forwards again, and I put guardrails on this entire thing. Probably don't need them, but you know what? I think it's probably for the best. They are still antagonizing me in the chat about sleeping. I just need them to not sleep for like another 4 minutes or so, and then we'll be slightly good. I'm definitely not going to be able to move them all the way in one night, but we'll see what we can get done. Look at this, Dancraft73 is sleeping in a bed. Oh man, I can't get away with anything on the server. I can't even get away with perfectly innocent things like moving villagers. This is ridiculous. Come on, dude, I just need you to go sleep in your bed. Come on, just go, 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 go. You got this. Yeah, there you go. Sleep in late if you feel like it. We just barely got them like half away, and I started like halfway through that night. So by the next night, I should have this thing completely done and wrapped up, I believe. This is most certainly the most boring part of the entire project, but you know what? It's also the most important because the entire farm will not work unless we get this absolutely correct. Okay, you can sleep now. As the sun set on the truly Bedrock server, he knew what he had to do. He had to tell people to please don't sleep. As Rogue joined a second before I said that. That seems way too targeted now, doesn't it? Anyway, these guys are back in their beds. I gotta just keep on walking them along, you know? Don't tell me it's gonna be another thunderstorm. No. Really? It is a thunderstorm! No, that's not allowed at all. I mean, seriously, how unlucky can you get? Like, 2 thunderstorms in 3 nights? That's just not even heard of. Okay, now's the moment of truth. Is this guy gonna pathfind to his bed? Oh, it looks like he's going all the way in there. Okay, sweet, perfect. And now I believe I actually need to break it again and then relink it. That way he doesn't unlink from it, because if they can't pathfind, aka if they're just in like a 1x1 hole, then they will never unlink. So now this guy is officially safe in here. His bed is his own, and we still have the other 2 villagers over here doing their thing. So now we need to actually confirm that this is indeed a village that is unique and separate from the one that is down below. And we can do that by getting Bad Omen and actually starting a raid, which I know sounds like probably the worst idea. And in general, yeah, it basically is. Oh, there we go. We got a raid. We got a raid. Let's turn off that Trident Killer, and then we'll go back up to here. That should summon in the raid. And the question is, where do they spawn? I guess it doesn't necessarily matter at the moment. Anyway, the next question is, if we go up far enough and into this area, okay, the raid bar does go away. Sweet. So that means that we actually do have 2 unique villages. This one being village number 2, and this one over down here being village number 1. So is this our raiders right here? Aha, our raiders did spawn up here. Okay, fantastic. So everything is working as it should. The raiders are spawning up there. They are not despawning, and that is working fantastic. However, you'll notice that they are not being insta-killed, and that is because we actually need to kill our 2 other villagers. Now that we've confirmed that we have 2 villages, we simply need to eliminate this guy right here, and that will snap the village center onto this guy over here. So then that will allow us to have our insta-kill mechanics. So I'm sorry, villager sir, you were rather great. I really did appreciate you. Okay, this right here is the final true moment of truth, of actual truthfulness. If we kill all those guys and then the next raid bar powers up, we should see that all of them instantly die, in quotes, because they'll summon in that secondary village. Here is hoping that everything works out exactly as it should, because I kind of just, like, you know, went beyond, the point of return. It's working! Fantastic! This is beautiful! Lovely! So now we should have a bunch of items spilling out of there from the Trident Killers. Gotta hold that looting sword. And yes, there goes the items. Fantastic! Give me all these goodies! So that is about all there is to it. This raid farm is now working perfectly and as it should. I'm super happy about this. So I got Silent 2 recording right now, and as you can see, the Ravagers actually get burned in lava, so we don't even get any saddles from this design, and that means that they take up way less room in our storage. We never have to sort them out or throw them into lava or anything like that, and for the most part, none of the raiders ever end up in the lava either, but I need to slightly tweak that design because a couple of them do land in there. And now we got Hero of the Village as well. I'm not sure why we're getting that effect when we didn't get it before, and that's great though. I'm not gonna complain about that at all. Hero of the Village is a great effect, and I will take it any day of the week. So of course, I do not forget those who helped us build this farm. Mr. Jerry, also known formerly as Desert Unskilled Villager Head. He's going to be living on in Memorial here at the raid farm. And then Jeff, also known as Desert Cartographer Villager Head, he's also going to be living on in Memorial here. He did less work, but he still deserves some recognition. The both of you, thank you so much for your skills, for your patience, for your durability, and for your help in building a very nice raid farm. To show you the importance of spawn-proofing your raid farm, there was a single block on the outpost that did not get a leaf on it, and then a Ravager spawned and destroyed all my other leaves. I think I caught this within a couple minutes, so it's not like that big of a deal. But yeah, I think these 2 blocks right here were not spawn-proofed. On the bright side, we now have like basically 12 double chests of raid loot, so that's pretty solid. Also, the second raid's about to respawn. I should probably get out of here. Of course, it had to be like wave 3 that spawned on the ground, so now I gotta fight like 7 waves of a raid. Total damages? Incalculable, but total profits very, very calculable. So I'm sure the question on all of your minds is when will there be a tutorial? And the answer is, I don't know. I gotta see how it works out in survival some more, test it out some more, do some more creative testing, and refine it a bit more. But so far, it seems like it's doing pretty good. And maybe January? I don't know. I don't like releasing too many of the same farms, but here we are with a version 7. So I mean, there's only so much I can do, right? If you guys want a tutorial, I'll make it. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then of course consider leaving a like. It helps out the video and the channel a ton. If you're new here, then maybe subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Otherwise, I'll see you guys down in the comment section and in the next one. And then there was silence.